And it's Gordo here from Gordo's Games, and we're back to some Digimon TCG content. So now we've got round 3, which is Red Hybrids take on Shinegreymon BT12 Across Time. So I'll be going first there, going Gurumon and playing down the Boko. Revealing no Tamers, which is pretty sad. Don't forget, if you do like this content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you know when this content goes live for you. And overall, let us know if you do enjoy it, as we will be trying to venture into more stuff like this going forward. So my opponent will go Hatch into the Coromon and go into the Argo. I think that's the old Tamus Fetcher one. So there's a little bit of glare on that side, so if I do miss a thing or two, bear with me. He plays down the old Marcus, which is on swing, gain a memory, basically, if you're a Greymon. So we do have the rookie now, so we go into the Flamemon and raise him. Now this list that I'm playing isn't the most optimal because I would have rather have had the Yokomon egg, but I forgot to proxy him, so I just use the Gurumon at this point. We do throw down the new Takuya, which is a memory setter for us. So go ahead and raise out the Agu, go into the Agu X, revealing Greymon Tamer and an Agu. So we'll set the Greymon there, only hit. So it's interesting to this Shinegreymon deck. So as we've seen before with the previous ones, it's all about getting the Tamers and then wiping a board. But there's not as much capacity to do that anymore, and there's a lot of things that stop DP reduction. But this one, it's more about getting the Tamers out, and the Tamers just going Marcus, Damon, punch, swing. It's just it's a bit absurd, I'll be honest with you. So it plays down, it's another Argu, which then fetches the Tamer, and I think it's a Geogray. And he plays down the Marcus there. So they're looking to be a lot more established than I am at this point here, but we'll see if we can bring this back. So it isn't a fantastic hand, as you can see here, because normally we'd just be going straight up in our lines, just swinging as much as we can, but we're kind of struggling at overall outs. But we do go for the Aguni, which will cost us nothing overall because of the Boko. Going into the Aldermon for 1. So we are sitting there at 12k, 14k with the Tamer underneath. Atomic Inferno. So we're 17k and we'll have just 2 checks. But we do gain 2 memory back on the swing, as long as we survive. And there's the Sunrise Buster, one of. Really to a... And the Geogray comes out to kill my... Oh, no, it doesn't kill my order. So is it is it 4k or 3k with Sunrise? Either way, it's not enough. But it does kill my Pokemon, which is a bit sad. But they do have more of a presence here now. The Geogray coming out was not what we want to see, because they do have 2 Marxes down as well, to which they can turn into a body to swing with. Just goes to the Burning there for 2. Burning's effect on Digivolving gains 2000 DP for the turn. And we'll swing the 8, draw off the Gurumon. And that one does die. Realistically here, a Crimson Blaze would be beautiful, but you know, I don't think that's the case. In this list here, I don't actually run Crimson Blaze, just purely on the basis that we want to see more Tamer revival. So things like Pfizer X-Ray, that's just been played. Because the security effect is, when hitting security, it will play out Takuya from hand or trash. If played from hand, you can delete something of a lower DP than a hybrid on board. So at this point here, we're contemplating which is the best one to get rid of. I think it's going to be the Geogray we go for here. No, we'll go for the Greymon. Oh, sorry, it's an Argu there. We'll go for the Greymon just in case they haven't got the level 4. That was the logic. So they go hatch the Coromon, the draw one. They go into the Argu. Really having to think about what they can do here at this point. I mean, we're not in the worst position. We've gotten down to 2 security. Sorry, gotten down to 2 security. Sorry, the glare there put me off. I think it's a rough hand on both parts here, but they're considering whether to use the pay 1 to make Marcus a body. I don't know if you need Greymon on board for that at this point though, because at the moment they argue, but there you go, they've got the Geo Grey. And they're going to go up into the Rise Greymon. I do believe they gain a memory back because it's one of the tables on those lines. Overall, the new Shinegreymon deck does offer a very different playstyle to the previous ones. I wouldn't say it's a massively OTK deck as well, because it's not like it's a one-stack win. You do tend to build up into your stack, and then you get a few tamers out alongside it, because the tamers have the swing at 3k, but if you have a Shinegreymon out, I believe they get additional 3k, and they get security attack +1. Let me just bring the card up whilst I'm jabbering away here. Marcus. So the effects is if you have Digimon with Agumon or Greymon in its name, by paying 1 memory, the tamer is also treated as Digimon with 3000 DP and cannot Digivolve for the turn. Your turn, when this tamer becomes suspended, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a yellow card with Greymon in its name from your hand without paying its Digilution cost. And then the Shinegreymon, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security will get minus 3000 DP for the turn for each red and yellow tamer you have in play. At your turn, all of your Marcus tamer get 3000 DP and security attack +1. That's a lot of things going in its favour. Also, after the turn, they go back to being tamers, so you can't even just get rid of them by deleting the bodies, because they just return back to your tamer state. Okay, so the Rise Greymon there goes ahead and gets rid of my older mom. They do go into the Shinegreymon. So when Marcus swings, it does give you a chance to Evo into the Shinegreymon. So when it's at the Rise Grey, uses the swing, Evos into the Shine, gets the double check, and it's like minus 6k to my security. There's the 2 checks. That's not looking good for me. They Evo there again, and they look to put me to they're on 0 at the moment. I mean, you can look to try and clear out game, I guess, here, but it's, I guess, if they want to gamble on it or not. Yep, another safe couple of checks. Shinegreymon will swing. Yep, all good again, and they'll swing to take that round. So that's round 1 over and done with. Shinegreymon took on that one quite comfortably, to be honest. Wasn't the best of hand from my side, but second game I will let him get Holy go first. Goes Koromon into the Agumon, and then up into the Agu X, I believe, and he throws down the red man boost. We'll go ahead and hatch the Gurumon. Do we see a rookie this time? We do see a rookie, so we'll throw that down, and we're at 3, so we'll play down the Boko, see if we can get a tamer and a hybrid to start us off strong. So no tamer again. So I think we'll take the Aguni there at this point. Well, I like the Aguni because it does have the undulation, lets you play out a tamer. Play out a Flamemon, so it gets you a little bit more surfs whilst you're swinging. We'll play the Flamemon there. We'll grab a tamer there, so we have something to throw down. And we'll pass them over to 3. Let's see what they make of this one here. So they're just going to throw down the Agu, do a bit more searching, get down to 0. They do hit a tamer. I don't know if it's just the Marcus the criteria for it though. I believe it is. So they take the Rise Grey, I believe. Not looking to be the best at hand here for Shinegreymon, but it all depends what they can make out of this one. Guess if they can cycle a card, it's not the worst, but they'll go to the Geograve for 2, draw a card and pass turn over to me. So I can look to do 3 checks here. It's a shame the Zero Grey is 5k, so the Burning Grey can't quite take it out and pass turn, but we will go into Yaguni for 2. We'll go ahead swing 5. We're aiming here to die so we can play out a Flame and also play out a Tamer as well, which we do get. And they get the Zero Grey, but they do get the Boko. I sadly did not see a Flame one. No, that was it. It was just a very tragic all around. I was hoping to keep the Boko on board so at least we can cycle another card by going off the Tamer if needed. But once again, it's just that it's just been a little bit of a bricky time right here. But it was going to swing. That one goes ahead and dies. We have a Flame one. Was it the Burning Grey that I played? It must have been the Burning Grey. No. I believe I must have missed the trigger. That could have helped me out. So 2 for that. I think it's played under Marcus. Is it Zero Grey? I'm just going to go ahead and swing. They hit the Kaiser Grey, Emperor Greymon, however you want to go about it. So not looking fantastic from both sides here. I definitely preferred Shinegreymon board than my own at the moment. Has been a little bit sad. They do go for the Rise Greymon. Will pass me over to 2. So we'll go Flame on the back. Most likely just look to push here with the flame on just to try and get some extra poke, because there's no real reason for it to be on board unless I do have the Aguni or Burning in hand, just to try and I guess retain a bigger body, but we don't. And we hit a Tamer, which is absolutely tragic for us, because that basically just puts us in such a bad spot. So we're going to 2 for the Aguni, or is it Burn? I can never tell with those two, they look so similar. And then we'll go Fire Drake Strike. We're at 8k, so we can get rid of the Rise Greymon, so we'll put them over to 4. The idea was to try and get rid of their highest body at the very least, so they have to at least cycle into another level 5 before being able to push for the Shinegreymon, because we're in a bad way. So Gio's going to swing at the Flame. And then I'll go ahead and throw down a Marcus again, and they'll put me to 3. So we're on 2 security here. If we're able to get to that marker here, we might be able to actually push that out the game here. So we're going to be able to swing 12k, 14k 2 checks with the older. Realistically, we don't have a choice here. We have to hope that the Flame survives. And then we'll Flame for game 2. So here we go, 1 apiece. Going into game 3, I'll be going first, hatching the Gorymon. We'll Digivolve into the Flame. And we will play down the Flame to search the top 3 at a Tamer and Hybrid. So we'll get 2, so maximum value. And they'll throw down the Tamer Searcher Argu, the old one. And they do get Marcus from it, so they get the one they were looking for most certainly. And they'll go into the Argu X. So good amount of search going on here, not a bad start from overall. Is that this Shinegreymon they took? And then they go into the Geo, which I believe lets them play out a Marcus. Yes. So not a bad first turn for them overall. They've managed to get some of their pieces already. And that Tamer being down is a threat regardless. We'll go ahead and swing with the Flame on. That dies. And then we'll swing with this Flame on. So we've managed to do some poke and that, and then we'll throw down a tamer to pass turn. Would be the most. We're going to throw down the Digimon here, which allows us to play the tamer. Digimon was tried in here as a one-off. Since testing it, I can't quite warrant it as much as I'd like to, because it doesn't stay on board long enough to get its effect off. I'd much rather have an additional tamer off the back of all this. So they go ahead swinging. They go into the Shinegreymon. They gain a memory back because the Marcus is swinging. He gets the Evo up and hits the Atomic Inferno, which will stay on board for us, which could help us next turn. It's a shame we don't have the other Takuya down, because if we can get that and then go to that, okay, that Nemon is dead. That slows that down. But ironically, if we would have had the other Takuya and we got put to 2, that and the Nemon, we could have potentially pushed out 4 game there with the Atomic Inferno in play. Atomic Inferno being such a game changer in places, just because of the amount of pressure it lets you put on in such a quick pace, especially at 1 cost. The other effects don't come off so much with the whole game memory if you're blocked and that, because blockers aren't really a thing. We'll go Flame there. We have got another tamer in play in hand and that, but it's we've looked to slow down a lot. We lost a lot of tempo. Just considering how we go about this best of all, because we need to get rid of that stack without committing too much memory as well. So we're going to go into the Aguni for 2. Is it burning? And then go to that for 1. Once again here, we're just trying to cycle cards as much as possible. So we are at the 8k threshold there. We'll go Fire Drake just to clear off their stack. So we didn't actually get to capitalise on the Atomic, which is a bit sad. But it would have been a gamble there just to swing and hopefully don't die. It may cost us in the long run, but it's the gambles we play. So they're going to Argo at the back. They'll throw down the Argo on board, revealing some cards. You'll get to add the nothing. That's what we like to see. And they'll basically use that the option card. I can't remember that one it is off the top of my head. Final Shining Burst. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 12,000 DB until the end of your opponent's turn. Then you may play 1 Marcus Daemon from your hand without paying its memory cost. It costs 8 to do so. So yeah, they just need to remove the body, I guess. At the end of the day, I had that, a Tamer down, and the one in Raising, so we could have looked to push the game on that one. So I guess that was the right call, to be fair. But we're going to raise out the Flamemon. We're going to evo the Burning Grape there, so we're going to delete the Argu. Atomic Inferno would have been beautiful in hand right now, because we could at least we would have pushed over the threshold for the Takuya to get the security attack +1, and then obviously Atomic Inferno means we've got the last 3 checks off. I'll go 2 there. Grey, which will not delete the Burning, but it will delete the Aguni, so we can get the Flame. Just considering the best thing to take here. So we do get the double value there, and the Flame model which are good to play down the Takuya. But seeing that Grey's again is just not fantastic for us. We didn't want down there, but we did not want them to see another body on board, because they've got 1 Erasing Grey on board now, and 1 Marcus, or 2 Marcus, the red and yellow one, which can turn it into a body. Well, no, they've got 2 now regardless. So yeah, we're looking to be in a bad way here. If they get the right pieces here, they can go all the way up into the Shinegreymon and get the double check. We're just unfortunately cycling more cards. So they go ahead, raise out. Do they opt to pay the 1? They do, so pay 1 apiece to get both the Tamers and make the 3k body. And it'll reduce by 1. We'll go ahead, swing with that, and evolve into the Shinegreymon here. So it's a hefty, you know, lower on my security. So it's 3, 6. Far too much for me to deal with. But yeah, it's looking to be curtains closed for us here. They've just got too much pressure on board. I don't have the removal in play to actually stop them from security, so they do take this one here. But if you do enjoy the content, get the words out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and then let us know in the comments down below what you thought of these overall tournament this far. That is round 3. Stay tuned for the next one.